Okay, today is December 5th, 2015, and we're watching a North Pacific storm continue to move towards the west coast here. And we see that the very large front is actually moving into appears to be moving into Southern California. Yesterday, I was forecasting that there would be a large, rather high pressure area built out here, but that hasn't quite worked out. Despite the fact that they've got some high pressure right through here, a very narrow channel running through Baja and part of Arizona and New Mexico. But we do see that right now in LA at 8:30 p.m., we have a new area of high pressure just suddenly appearing over the Southern California area right there. So we'll take a look at that here. Right now, currently, the conditions are we have 28.8% relative humidity, and that's very low when you consider what's happening offshore. We have a very large storm system moving in. We've got a front moving in, cold front, yet the relative humidity is only 28.8%. And the other interesting thing is that the barometric pressure is 30.15 inches right now. So that's raised again from yesterday. Yesterday morning it was 30.05, and then I did a video last night. The pressure was 30.10 at that time, and now tonight it's raised again to 30.15. And that's interesting because we have a low pressure system, a very large low pressure system measuring 965 millibar. That's moving toward us, yet the pressure down here is rising. So this is part of the weather manipulation equation that I'm trying to point out. And the pressure should be dropping. It should be dropping down, not raising up, not rising up. So, and then we have right here we have another storm right behind this one. That's showing up on the surface pressure map. We'll look at that. This is designated as a storm, and these are right back to back. Okay, let's look at the the infrared loop, and we can see that the jet stream flow is moving right down right here, and then it turns up right through California and the west coast. Then it moves up and does another turn down. We'll take a look at that here in a sec, but right now the jet stream is moving right through California, and so it's bringing a lot of moisture, it looks like, into Northern California area. But Southern California is being built out right now. We saw that little dark area of high pressure on the water vapor map, and that's what we're seeing right here building out, and that will keep us dry. Now today, for the fourth day in a row, we had very heavy chemtrail spraying all over the region. Fourth day in a row, and that's going to keep the humidity numbers low, and that will stop the rain. Okay, that's what happens. It causes those chemtrails cause a capping inversion layer, preventing lift in the atmosphere, and so the clouds beneath those chemtrails will not generate lift, and they cannot generate rain. Okay, so that's what's happening. We have the western U.S. water vapor loop, and we can see this front advancing right into the state, all the way down into Southern California, but then we see this anomaly right here. Now, if there's a meteorologist out there watching this, I'd like to have you explain to everyone and to me what this is, and if that's Mother Nature. Okay, I can tell you that's not Mother Nature, but if you can tell us what that is, that would be enlightening. Okay, now we have this is the core of that low pressure system. We can see that there's a transmitter applying heat to that part of the core and also right here, and that is going to further weaken this system. But in the meantime, they're chemtrailing all through here, and that's why we're going to see a lot more chemtrail activity tomorrow, and probably on Monday, and probably Tuesday, because we've got another storm right behind this one, right here, over on the left side. And let's go back again and look at that on the big map. It's right here. And they're hitting that already with a transmitter to weaken the core and weaken the pressure on that system. Okay. All right. So here's the This is the infrared loop up close, and we can see that area of high pressure building out right over Southern California. All right, now if the High Sierra gets plenty of snow, I'm happy. It's a shame that we're not getting any rain in the Southern California area, but as far as the water supply goes, we just need to get some sufficient snowpack up along the High Sierra. So if that's what this system is bringing, I'm very happy about that. And we'll keep an eye on the news and see what kind of snow and rain comes from that system. But of course, we'd like to see rain down in LA. We need it. Everything's dying. All right, so let's look at the, this is the MODIS Today map for Southern California, and we can see the chemtrail activity very clearly on this map. And this is the LA area right here. And I'm just going to pan around a little bit, and you can see that most of the activity today was offshore. But the skies over Los Angeles were just blanketed. This may have been taken early in the day, but all day long we were getting sprayed. Now some of these clouds are real clouds. The white stuff, the very white stuff is real clouds, but the off-white, dirty looking clouds, that's all chemtrail mix. And so we can see that here in this satellite view very clearly. And again, they're spraying in a very chaotic, haphazard manner. I was saying yesterday, I'm surprised that there has not been a mid-air collision. I've got video going back about a year, I think it is, showing two jets coming at each other. They were over Big Sur. They were probably 100 miles away from each other, and they were flying towards each other at probably around 45,000 feet. And they flew right by each other. And I have that video, and I just need to dig it out. I'd like to send that to the FAA and ask them if these guys, if that constitutes a near miss. All right, well, anyway, this is what we saw today over LA. Just an update. Plenty of chemtrails, no rain, low humidity with a little bit of sun shining through. All right. Okay, here's the surface analysis map, and we can see that Pacific storm right here, 965 millibar, with a cold front, and it's trying to move towards the west coast, but we have a high pressure set up here that's been installed deliberately to block this cold front. We've got 1,026 millibar surface pressure, and then we have a larger area of pressure right down here, 1,023 millibar. So that's all through here. And then we have LA right here, and this is the California coast, Washington up here. All right, and then of course we have a second storm right here, 973 millibar, and this has a large cold front, and it also has a warm front identified right here, and that is actually the HARP transmitter on the core, inside the core of this storm. Let's go take another look at that. Right here, you can see that area of warm air. That's that HARP transmitter right there, and that's what they're identifying as a warm front on the surface analysis map right here. Okay, all right, next let's look at this is the jet stream map, and we can see this has changed course. Yesterday it was coming down and trying to make its way into Southern California. Today it's changed course, and this is not really accurate. This is way over here. This thing makes a turn and then it goes right up through California diagonally. So that's what it looks like today. The 500 millibar chart is missing half its information, but we can see that we've got the storm up here, and then we have some little ridges here indicating some high pressure at 18,000 feet. Next we have the 300 millibar showing the same information, and we have a little low pressure area right here indicating, and we have a little high indicating there. Okay, next we have the wave analysis map for the Eastern Pacific, and we can see that big storm offshore is generating 44-foot swells in the core. That's very impressive. And that's the average of the highest 1/3 of those waves. So there may be a few 50-footers out there. And that's pretty impressive. So we have California right down here. We have 12 and 15-foot swells moving in, and up near Oregon and Northern California, we have 24 and 27-foot swells moving right into the coast. So that's pretty impressive stuff. All right. So once again, Southern California has a good shot of rain, and it's being thwarted by surface high pressure. And tonight we have 30.15 inches of mercury, and that's raised. That's for the third day in a row. We've got rising barometric pressure, so that tells us something interesting about what's going on here. The pressure should be dropping from this system, not rising. Okay, so we will do another update tomorrow, and if anything comes up in the meantime, we'll do an update. Okay, that's it.